Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. And Ascension continues to exist. It's Wednesday, my dudes. What's up, Tiny Wolf? Hey, Mon. Hey, Phantom Cigar. What's up, Bomb Track? Hey, Mesmero. What's up, Syphilitis? Hey, Christophonics. Master Salita, Silent Chills, hello. Cosmo Krista. Blue Pa. Rachel, thank you so much for the 79 months. Love you. Thank you, thank you. So weird not having Ascension tomorrow after 23 days straight of this. Yeah, no Ascension tomorrow. We get a day off, so tomorrow there won't be a stream. I'll be having Thanksgiving with Rachel and our family here. Something to be thankful for, no kidding. Hey, Raven. Hey, Nora. What's up, Torquay? Ashlyn. Jad Ashtelin. Yami. Meep. Hello. Here but baking. Yeah, we've still got some cooking and stuff we gotta do, so pretty much as soon as I'm done streaming and getting all my videos edited and uploaded and everything for the YouTube side of stuff, we get to go cook our stuff for tomorrow. Hey, Tomopoly. What's up, Nat 20? Hey, Hirimi. Assuming Hirimi's still here. He was posting some Kaufmans in chat. And hopefully will be around to join me for a pre-show and post-show. Hopefully the internet holds out. There's a lot of things we're just hoping for today, and we'll see how it works out. Hey, Mom Zombie. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yeah, preemptive Thanksgiving since I won't be live tomorrow. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Mom. Love you, Mom. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving. But yeah, hope you're all doing well today. We've got, it's Wednesday. We've got kind of this is the first week of the newly updated Silent Hill Ascension schedule. So this is going to be our last pre-show and post-show with the Ascension devs until next Monday. So no Eduardo until Monday. We don't even know if we'll get to see Eduardo tonight. But yeah, for those who missed it, Silent Hill Ascension is now only Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are not going to have any new video content. So there won't be any new episodes, nothing like that on Saturdays and Sundays. And because a lot of the Ascension developers are in the US, they're giving them Thanksgiving off. So there won't be any new Ascension content tomorrow either for Thanksgiving. So nothing on Thanksgiving, nothing on Saturdays and Sundays. And there was no scheduled pre-show or post-show for Friday either. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of scheduling stuff goes on with Ascension going forward. How many holidays they take off, or if they'll further adjust the schedule to be fewer days per week or anything like that. Maybe this is how they're going to start slowly phasing it out of existence. Yeah, I mean, maybe. But don't forget to catch up and press next 20 times until you're back where you left off. What? Oh yeah, because there's like no good way to catch up unless you're just watching yesterday, like the previous day's stuff. If you need to watch anything older than that, you need to go back and watch it through the episode. And yeah, if you try to go back and watch it through the episode, you have to do it like this. skip through like 28 different things. There's no scene select. There's no easy way to do it. Yeah, the UI is terrible. The UI is absolutely terrible, L3O. Everything about this is terrible. Right down to the app and the UI, the interface and everything itself. But we should have a pre-show today. New episode in about 40 minutes. That means we've got about 20 minutes until we have about 20 minutes until the pre-show with the developers today should start. So let's go ahead and get started with our pre-show. And Hirimi should be here joining me in a moment. Production.
I don't care. No, you're working on Thanksgiving. Oh, production. Are we up?
Production is getting us set up here. We've actually got a very special pre-show today because we've got an interesting topic to start off with. And production should have something special set up for us.
And that topic is mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Oh, that's way too loud, production. Turn it down. Production, push the fucking button. There's like 3 buttons you have to press. What's the matter with you? There it is. Thank you.
Idea what you're
Finally.
doing, I have to have the stream muted.
So there's actually some really important news going on. Some really important news going on right now with the
right?
Silent Hill Ascension community. So there was a recent interview with one of Silent Hill Ascension's producers from the DJ2 entertainment side of things. His name's Jeremy Coman, and Jeremy Coman was interviewed by a YouTuber by the name of Big Iron Riot.
Yep.
And
Big Iron on his hip.
Yep. And we went through, I watched, it was split into 2 parts, and I watched beginning to end both parts of the interview, and it was a really interesting insight from somebody who was in a producer role when it came to making Ascension happen. And he, talked a little bit about what he did with Ascension, although Jeremy spent most of the interview not even really talking about Ascension directly, more talking about his role as a producer and the different things that he's worked on and kind of how the work is different from project to project. Like, just being credited as a producer doesn't always mean that you do the same things.
Yeah, because a lot of cartoons and things, like, they'll make the joke, like, when they're talking to a producer, just go, what do you even do?
Right. And that's kind of the joke is, like, there's a ton of things
nebulous.
Yeah, depending on they're basically, you know, whatever needs to be done. They are in a position where if they need to contact CEOs between different companies, you know, they have to handle stuff like that or know who to contact to handle those sorts of things. There's a lot of effort and work and a whole lot of hats you got to wear to be a successful producer. And
producer is a really big umbrella term.
It is, yeah. And Jeremy Coleman kind of talked about that and talked about a lot of the things that he did previously as a producer and worked on some pretty big projects like Stranger Things and stuff like that. So it was a really interesting interview with Big Iron Riot. I learned a lot about production and Jeremy Coleman's work history and a little bit about Ascension. The few things that they did talk about directly at Ascension or about Ascension were not super direct questions. Big Iron Riot asked him about, you know, allegations about the use of AI, artificial intelligence programs used to take voice actors' recorded audio and use that to produce AI-generated dialogue to fill in some blanks. And
that's my big conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's a common allegation, a common thought. And
like a full Dale Gribble on how much AI I think they use.
Right. And Big Iron Riot did bring that up as part of the interview. And Jeremy didn't really have a direct answer for it. He basically said from his role as a producer on the show or for the project, he didn't really work on the development side of things very closely. So he wasn't there in the recording booth, for example. He wasn't there to see how much they recorded. He wasn't there to see how often they recorded, if they used AI. He just didn't know because he wasn't that part of the production team.
Yeah.
So that was a fair answer. He kind of generally said, you know, hey, from my position, I don't know what they did. But, you know, they talked about the subject of AI in a more general term, where just he acknowledged, you know, how far AI has come and that there definitely are, you know, studios and stuff that use it for that purpose, but he doesn't know if Genvid or any of the companies involved in Ascension utilized it. So there were some things like that brought up. And Jeremy Coleman, he mentioned a lot of the things that he was passionate about. Big Iron Riot asked him about his history with Silent Hill. And Jeremy Coleman is 32 or 33. He's a little bit younger than us. And so when he was asked about his experience and stuff with Silent Hill, he was like, oh, I grew up a GameCube kid, so I never really got the chance to play a lot of horror, specifically Silent Hill, because he just didn't have a PlayStation and didn't have the platforms that it was on.
But he might have got to play Twin Snakes.
Yeah, maybe. But he said he didn't really get to experience it, and in preparation for his role on this project, he went out and got a hold of what he could, which was the Silent Hill HD collection, and played Silent Hill 2. So that his only experience with the series was Silent Hill 2 HD collection. So he kind of talked a little bit about that. And he said he was aware, he knew that that was like not a good version. He was at least knowledgeable enough of that to know that he was kind of playing like a bad version of Silent Hill 2. But yeah, but at the same time, it was like, well, unfortunate that for him and like a lot of people out there, they don't have any other, there's not really a good way to access those original games anymore.
Yeah, and he's a busy guy. He's got shit to do. He can't spend all this time researching how to track down the optimal version of a game.
Right, like trying to figure out getting the PC version set up and getting the enhanced edition set up, or setting up an emulator. Stuff that comes pretty naturally and quickly to me or a lot of us who spend all of our time on the computer playing games and shit. But for somebody who, you know, presumably has a life and is very busy as a producer working on a lot of big projects, you probably don't have the time to really sit down and figure that kind of shit out if you don't already have it done for you. The easiest thing to do is just buy a game and play it on a console, right? And
grab what you can and do your best.
And when it comes to the classic Silent Hill games, I mean, HD collection is kind of the only thing that you can really get in that regard, which is a huge shame. But at least he made an attempt, you know, and I can respect that. But overall, like, the interview was stuff like that. It was pretty mundane. It was not anything really controversial. He wasn't out here saying like, yeah, I produced Ascension and it fucking sucked and everyone was making a scam from the start. He didn't say anything even remotely like that. He had a few, well, not even him. Big Iron Riot expressed a few of his negative criticisms towards Ascension, and Jeremy, you know, like mildly agreed with some of them. Nothing too crazy, nothing ridiculous where it was like he was in breach of NDAs, which are pretty common when you're working on a project that's especially still airing, you know, episodes and stuff.
Both non-disclosure or non-disparagement.
Either way. But
that is when the Fire Nation attacked.
Everything changed. But like it was an okay interview. There weren't a lot of really like great new answers or information about Ascension itself. We get a little bit of insight from him as a producer, which is neat. We get a little bit of his opinions on Ascension as a project, and he's admitted himself, you know, like aspects of it are definitely underwhelming based on what they looked like, you know, or what they were aiming to do in development. He also left a comment under one of my YouTube videos mentioning that the pre-show and post-shows in particular resembled something like a high school introduction to media class type of presentation. And production has put together this wonderful little scene for our pre-show and our post show, and has been doing that for us for a couple of weeks now. And part of that has been in jest towards that low quality developer pre-show and post-show presentation as well.
Yeah.
So Jeremy
finds the most average pictures of us and puts them up as we discussed.
Although this one's very special. This one is very appropriate to the topic, because here's where we're going to get into why this is our setting for our pre-show today. Those interviews were
hear the music through Discord.
Yeah, those interviews were taken down.
Yeah.
And Big Iron Riot released a video and a statement on his community page saying that for legal reasons, the interview with Jeremy Coman had to be taken down, but could not state specifically what those legal reasons were. And basically said,
"That's right, Shady's in the chat."
Yeah, and basically said, "Hey, I'm gonna do my best to keep making content and videos, but yeah, sorry, the interview's taken down. There's nothing we can do about that."
This is the typical trial of the YouTuber, especially when you're trying to cover something topical.
So now, I'm that much more curious, right? Because this was such a no disrespect to Big Iron Riot or Jeremy Coleman. Again, I appreciate them both for conducting the interview and giving us their opinions and thoughts on things, but it was not like a groundbreaking interview. There was not crazy spoilers being said. There was not any like breaches of NDA. There wasn't anything negative being said about Ascension or Genvid as a project or as a whole. I don't understand. I don't understand why those videos would have gotten pulled and why it would specifically be a legal reason. So now we can kind of put on our tinfoil hats and start speculating. What could this be? What could be the reason behind this?
So my theory is, from having seen things like these happen to YouTubers and have it covered by the YouTubers who cover YouTuber bullcrap, because for some reason I've got brain rot and I watch all of this crap. My theory is basically, one, to cover their asses just in case they can prove it's a breach, and two, possibly just because of that, to kill the algorithm momentum of the video. Because lawyers for companies like this, they will reach. They will constantly reach just in case there's a precedent for a violation. So I'm willing to bet Konami, Genvid, whatever lawyers saw that interview and put in whatever lawyers put in to say, probably not Konami. Konami doesn't give a fuck, but put in whatever they could to say there is a possible breach of a non-disparagement agreement because he mildly agreed with some criticisms.
Right.
Just to shut it down. Not even that they're even going to fully take this to court. They just wanted to get it shut down at the moment.
But it seems really strange to me that would be the response. And we have seen other similar responses to negative criticism towards Ascension already. We know that there has been tampering with the rating for the app.
Yeah.
On both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, where day one and day two, it was obviously a very bad launch and a very unexpectedly low quality app. So a lot of people, well, for some people, unexpected. So a lot of people went and started putting in their 1-star and 2-star reviews of it on the App Store. And then people on Reddit were sharing screenshots where like 8 hours later, it jumped from like a 1.6 to like a 3.9 or something.
Where, and rating manipulation is your typical scumbag practice,
right? But it was a very clear period of time where it got flooded with bots who were giving 5-star reviews, and technically anybody can really do that. Anybody can just go out and pay money or get a program for bot services that do that sort of thing.
And that's what the official statement would say, is that we had nothing to do with this. This could have been somebody who's trying to affect the ratings or some shit like that.
Right.
That's kind of typical big company scumbag behavior.
But it's more likely that it was somebody from within the company trying to manipulate those ratings and things to, and they were also deleting negative reviews and negative comments.
But also, speaking of big company scumbag behavior, reaching from lawyers in situations like this is also extremely common. Because if they have the opportunity to even just posit that this could be a violation of a non-disparagement, then the court process has to begin. It has to be judged by members of the court to see if that's true or not. And as soon as that process begins, everything associated with that has to be shut down, and everybody has to be told you can't say anything about this. Otherwise, it could affect the court case.
Right.
And lawyers do this shit all the time. Even if they see something that is so very obviously not a violation of some kind of copyright or anything like that, they'll tag it anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
Because they're paid to be feral about protecting the brand that they're hired to protect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially...
So that's my theory.
That's a fair theory, and I would say I agree that is a most likely reasoning behind it. I do...
And as a disclaimer, I don't know shit about law.
Oh, of course. And also allegedly, just sprinkle...
Also allegedly in Minecraft, in Roblox.
Just sprinkle the word allegedly all throughout this video.
That's why I said that's my theory, because, this is alleged, this is me postulating and speculating. I don't know shit about law. This is in Minecraft.
And while we're speculating, I've got about a minute and a half before the Ascension dev pre-show starts.
Oh, right, yeah, the real pre-show.
So one more thing to speculate on, allegedly, as far as another reason behind this. Big Iron Riot, no offense, and we're just speculating here. This is alleged. Could have also removed the videos himself, and there's not actually anything legal happening. And this is more of a ploy for attention on the channel. As a growing streamer and YouTuber myself, I understand how difficult it can be to get your name out there. And Big Iron Riot, I mentioned this in our Discord. He posts a lot of his stuff. He posts under every single one of Ascension, their official Twitter accounts, videos, and he does a lot to try and get his channel out there. And I mean, in this day and age, if you're up and coming, you kind of have to. So I understand the grind. But drumming up controversy to grow your channel is also nothing new. And pulling down videos and saying it was a legal reason, it's not the first time somebody's done that to grow their channel. That's all I'm saying. All allegedly. I don't think that's the case. I'm just trying to cover all possible angles here.
Exactly.
The pre-show
could be a big brain.
We gotta switch over.
Cloud pill take.
It's time for the pre-show. So get the fuck out of here. I'll talk to you later.
Oh fuck, jeez.
God, chatty Kathy. Eduardo.
Everybody to the Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. This is Eduardo, joined here by Noah, and Noah is going to run us through essentially all the action you're going to see tonight this week.
Right, so we are now here on Wednesday at the pre-show, which is 5:40 Pacific time, PM on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Here's the new schedule for anybody who missed the 7 recaps of it.
Every day, weekly at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then we have the post-show right after on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And Eduardo, can you please walk us through what we have today?
Sure. So one of the big
Any bingo cards?
We moved to a weekday schedule. So
I'll talk about it later. We don't have them ready.
For those of you who aren't aware, probably if you're here, you are. But Silent Hill.
I thought bingo cards would be like the easiest thing to set up, and it's such a pain in the ass.
At home, shape and experience its ever-evolving story. You're going to collaborate and compete with others to try to make the choices you want to see. Now, when those decisions end, the choice that you make locks as canon. That's the one that goes in the episodes. That's what essentially happened.
Yeah, you determine canon.
By you, the participating audience.
We're doing it.
We've moved to a weekday schedule. We'll clear the air on that again. as we move on through our show, our pre-show and our post-show. But for now, we wanted to make
They'll
sure
talk
that you have
about
a
it
chance
over
to
and
catch
over
up on
again.
all the action we've had. From
Ascension
yesterday.
is Monday through Friday,
Scene from yesterday is going to play where Toby
with
is
nothing
going
on
to deliver
Thanksgiving.
to what Xavier asked for, and making a request
No more
for when he
weekend
wants to return,
episodes.
but Xavier
But it doesn't
gives him
mean that there's
some
less show. It's
harrowing
going to go on
news.
for extra weeks to make up for the weekends where they don't show anything. Did they say canon yet? Yes.
I did what you wanted. Now you're gonna give me what I want, and then I'm done.
A blight fetish.
I can't take this shit anymore.
A blight fetish.
See? I've been taking my notes.
Hey, did you hear me?
Toby has a blight
I want
fetish
Rachel's ass dragged in here.
because
I want
he's a
her to pay for
withering.
what she did to Joy.
Rachel will be dealt with. I promise.
No, no more of your cryptic bullshit, Xavier. This happens today, now.
Toby,
Right?
have you
Meow.
ever wondered why your life turned out the way it has? Your sister. She had a hard life too, didn't she? And those people you worked with at the steel mill? The ones you got killed?
The mill.
I don't have to hear this.
Toby, don't you see? It's you. You're the source of the withering.
No.
We still don't know exactly
You
what
are at the
what
root
happened
of
at the
a
mill.
rot that's destroyed.
People blame
is
Toby for,
destroying this town. And that
I guess,
rot
his coworkers dying.
must be severed.
This is just more Foundation bullshit.
Toby, if you don't do this, it will consume this town. And when it's done chewing Hope's Junction to the bone, it will spread like a disease to the entire world.
I'm supposed to what? Sacrifice myself for the piece of shit people in this town?
It's the only way.
Not for me.
Is it Rachel the Rot? That's what Toby thinks.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that, whether that was your first time seeing that.
But Xavier
scene
thinks
or you
that
saw
it's
it again,
Toby.
Because after all, there is a lot going on with Toby right now. One of our other key scenes from yesterday involved Toby as well. Essentially, while drinking from the bottle, if you haven't had a chance to catch up with it, had to deal essentially with seeing Joy again, the fog rolling in. Some audience members
Yeah,
actually,
Rachel's supposed to be
hitting on
involved
him, and as
with
that scene
the mill, I
finished,
think.
Toby actually saw himself in a mirror as a monster. So that's a compliment to the scene you saw. That was also yesterday. So that way, wanted to make sure you're all up to speed on what's going on.
World's
with
tiniest
Toby. But
episode?
we
No,
should
no, no. This
really
is still the
talk, I think,
recap.
a little bit about the story so far. So that's Toby. So we're actually going to move a little bit to
This is still
Norway
just the
here,
recap.
because
That was
things
only
are
part of
slowly
yesterday's
starting
episode.
to move forward in terms of what's going on in Norway, Noah, right?
Right.
We do
So,
know which
yeah,
episode is the
Norway,
shortest,
a lot
though.
has been going on. We have basically
UFO
Astrid
Techie
being informed
has
that her
been
mother's,
clipping all of it.
corpse is missing.
And there was an episode block that was like
I mean, they got
43
found
seconds.
again. That's the thing. It's like, oh, we found it, but by the way, it's desecrated. You know,
So
like
the
secondhand
absolute
corpse. It's like
shortest episode block so far is 43 seconds.
You broken the same way
Something
they
like
would have
that.
booked.
It's less than a minute.
We all have friends like that, and
Yeah, thank you,
unfortunately,
Techie.
Astrid has to
43
deal with that
seconds is the
on a
record.
Dead body, which isn't great.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Norway as well. But let's talk
A lot
little
going
bit
on in
about,
Norway.
what we just saw with basically.
But fuck that.
Xavier
Let's talk
telling
about
Toby that is the root of all evil.
Pennsylvania.
And he's the cause for everything that's going wrong in the town.
Toby's a withering.
Basically with the withering and all. That's a big one to drop on you before you get your ass kicked by audience cameo members.
Yeah, Toby got fucked up by
Thank you, by the way,
cameos.
audience, for being an extra in our show, for being immortalized as the people who beat up Toby. You don't actually necessarily know what your roles are going to be, so I hope, for the people who did get that contest in their favor, that you did enjoy your scenes
Immortalized.
there. I mean,
Until they put it
that
on
is the thing,
Tubi
though, right? You're
and
correct to
remove the
highlight it.
names.
What's happening with Toby
and
is,
possibly change out the
it's one thing for
models.
Xavier to tell him that, right? Because he's head of the foundation, might have his own agenda. But it's another thing for Toby to experience it.
Right, totally. He's really experiencing it now. And yeah, sorry. Eduardo Can you tell us a little bit more about what led to this events that
They're
occurred to
struggling.
Toby? It has a lot to do
They're
with
struggling
you, the
to
audience,
talk
right?
about anything.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. We're going to delve into that after we show up a decision for Norway, but stick around. We're going to delve deeply into what's going on with
Noah
Toby
seems
and
a
some
bit
of the audience
distracted
choices that
today.
have led to him being on redemption, but with negative hope. In the meantime, we're looking at decisions. There's one closing today for Norway. If you could read that for our audience.
I mean,
as
they
well.
probably have production
so
talking
we
in their
have this
ears.
big decision to make. How will Astrid react to her dead mother talking to her? Will she ask
couldn't
for
answer.
forgiveness, which is the redemption option? Will she
How will
demand
Astrid
an
react to her
apology,
dead mother
which would be
talking
the
to
suffering
her?
option? Or will she stab her, which is the domination option?
Yeah,
And
stab her in the
these are,
fucking eye.
crazy decisions we have to make here. Could you please break down the specifics for us?
Sure. So one of the things we like to do on the shows on Wednesday is on Monday we talk about the narrative a lot, but on Wednesday we talk a little bit more about what does it mean in terms of kind of our faith system, right? It's essentially,
Yoshio, you want more
the dead
faith?
mother coming back
We
to
need
life,
more
so to
faith
speak,
going around
is
slapping
asking,
people.
Her daughter, be a good girl and stab mama in the eye. But,
Yeah.
there's a hint there. That's a damnation option. So you shouldn't listen to your dead mother's wishes in this case. But it's also a question
Why
of what
not?
you, the audience, would like to see. When I actually checked this decision, the suffering option was actually succeeding. And to me, that makes sense. It's, like in a way, the redemption option is for Astrid to, ask for forgiveness and what it is. But Astrid's dealing with enough, in my view, as well.
Yeah, Astrid really is at the wit's end at this point. She has so much stuff going at her. Like, you saw this like crazy monster thing that was chasing her.
Yeah, monsters are chasing
she has her. Dead
her.
mother telling her to stab
Her
her.
dead
Yeah,
mother's
talk
after
about
her.
toxic relationships.
CPS is
Let's,
trying to give her
talk about
suspicious
the stuff
weed
that leads to the
gummies.
stuff we're seeing, which is the fate and hope system that we have. So the decisions and endurance scenes and puzzles, all of those contribute to
The
if
IRS.
characters will face redemption, suffering, or domination in the grand Silent Hill Ascension final. And their fate is decided across the season. So a character's hope will be needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment. So you better play those puzzles. You better make those decisions.
Yeah,
if
you
want
better
a
do it.
character's,
You better
hope up.
fucking
So,
do it. You
Eduardo,
better
can
go
you
play
explain more?
guitar.
Sure. So when you're taking that decision,
Otherwise,
right, you see,
Carl's fucking
redemption,
dead.
suffering, damnation, that's essentially the fate of the
Astrid's
character that's being
fucking
decided.
dead.
But their
Everyone's
hope is
gonna
actually part
die.
of something else. That's the actions that
If you
as the
don't
audience
go
are taking,
play
both within the endure scenes,
guitar.
one of which you'll see live as soon as today's show is
If you
ending,
don't
and
do
the
your
scenes end,
best
you'll get an
during the
scene
endure
that
sections,
helps raise the character's hope with success or lower with a lack. We'll explain that in a bit as well. And the mindfulness
Yeah,
puzzles,
go do those
as
sliding
Noah mentions,
puzzles.
are also a good way, regardless of time of day, regardless of where you live and what's going on, you have a chance to raise a character's hope by doing well in those. And the thing is, it's kind of like that difference between what you as an audience want and what the character sentiment is living through, right? And you kind of need both of those to have to have a successful dish. Essentially,
Is fishing going to be back?
Multiple ingredients.
Let's
and
be
both
real.
of
That's
those
the only
end
thing I
up
care
defining
about
what
today.
happens to our characters.
Is Tassadul
So
going to
again,
show up?
This is
And is
important.
fishing
Start
gonna
looking
come
at
back?
essentially, kind of where the fate is lying for some.
That's
of our
the only
characters.
reason I'm
Now,
tuning
that
in
said,
today.
A lot of the decisions are made through influence points. You get to earn those through the puzzles and the endure scenes. Noah, if you could walk us through that as well for our audience.
I would love to, Eduardo, because once the decision is made by the audience, it's canon. So there's no reset button. It becomes part of the legacy. The decisions are defined by the influence points that you, the audience, uses to participate to influence the narrative. So the more influence points you have, basically, the more impact.
Is there
you
a
have
monster
on the
with good
decision
feet
that
yet
you care
asking for a
about.
friend?
And you can earn influence
No.
points by taking part in the endurance scenes during the live shows, which we'll explain in a bit.
This is
or by
easily the
doing
worst
puzzles.
Silent Hill game.
And alternatively, you can also
The
gain them
monsters
via
are
direct
not
purchase
even
or a season
fuckable.
pass.
And tell you what, Nora, we're gonna throw back that decision that we showed earlier, the one closing today. That's gonna go back on screen. Some audience members might have joined us, so if you could read that as well for them before we delve deep into essentially the meaning of this.
Yeah, this is a really tough one because we have the decision to make.
We just showed this
will
one.
Astrid react to her dead mother talking to
We
her?
literally just talked about
so
this
the
one.
redemption option is to ask for forgiveness. The suffering option is to demand an apology. And of course, the domination option is
I don't even know,
stab her.
like watching these pre-shows and post-shows makes me feel like I'm losing my mind.
Harrowing.
And that's the thing. I'm checking it now, right? Like I'm checking in the
Like,
application.
we
I get
just
the
talked
same
about this.
That the audience is
Went away and
the
talked
decision's
about
closed in
something
12
else.
minutes.
And then came
now,
right
suffering
back to
is
this
winning,
and
but
said the
there's a
same
rally for
thing.
redemption. And these options aren't that far
About the
apart.
same
It's 48%
choice.
to 40, so there's quite a difference, but the amount of influence points isn't that high. So if you did want to turn the tide on this, because this was over the course of a day, you probably still have a chance if you have like a concerted effort. Now, setting all of that aside, the thing is, Astrid's current fate right now is kind of on that redemption path. You know, a lot of you, the audience, especially in our first week of action, have chosen to take more of the redemption options. And as we go on,
Nobody knows what they're voting on.
Established that,
It's not like the audience is specifically being like,
now we're seeing kind of you as an audience deciding.
let me go for the good ending or whatever.
I think is a fan favorite. With
You
a
don't
lot of
have
you is
context
because,
for anything you're voting
Astrid's
for.
dealing with a lot. Now, Astrid, unlike Toby, who's also on redemption, has positive hope. And that's actually a really big difference, though.
Right. So the positive hope, again, means that he has a better chance of surviving crucial story moment, which is what it's all about. But really with Astrid, by the way, in my opinion, it's not because Astrid is going through a lot. I think it's because we are all secretly horror freak sadists, and we want to see people suffer in the safety of this app. Right? Maybe I'm excited to see it because enough with this good
suffering
redemption. Okay, let's steer some stuff.
I'm
out.
definitely
Even
suffering because of this app.
My heart does feel redemption.
Noah got that right.
So I'm not decisive myself on this.
Yeah, and I think part of it is also you as an audience are discovering the characters in as we go. By the way, one of the decisions from the key scene of yesterday that panned out is Astrid decided not to take the weird pills. Which
Astrid didn't take the weed gummies.
A lot of you like chaos.
How boring.
Wasn't that far out. So I'm kind of liking that now we're having like kind of our agents of chaos in the audience that are keeping things interesting and dynamic. And we're seeing
audience is keeping things interesting. They keep going with the boring options.
What to do as you discover more of our characters, more of their motivations,
because it's all rigged anyway.
They have to live through, which is great to see. By the way, we love seeing you essentially deciding what the story is going to end up as.
It's either rigged,
so seamless,
so that you're not, your choices don't matter.
I forget that we're talking about collective decisions,
or
in the
it's
end,
being decided by a community that has zero context as to what they're voting
which is
for.
Really awesome to see. But yeah,
so it's just people picking things blindly
right now. That's about to close. Let's check what's winning here.
I'll check again. It's loading for now. I'll definitely give the update, but again, it should still be suffering unless something miraculous just happened.
It looks like suffering at 48%.
Okay.
So it's really coming together.
It's really coming together.
So the time is closing soon. Make sure you make the decision.
Oh my God, time's closing soon. Oh, what's Astrid gonna do? Demand an apology is gonna win no matter what. What do I waste my points on? Fuck it. We already made a choice on that one. What will Toby do? Turn against Rachel is gonna win. So
what is this?
I did what you wanted.
Sacrifice yourself, Toby.
Right, so our main story character will be in a very dark room with her beloved monster friend, Bruiser. The Bruiser. Not
they're
just
explaining.
Bruiser. There's a very clear exit sign that our character wants to get to, but the Bruiser keeps smashing furniture.
They're explaining
so
endure
the one chance
again.
we have here is that the Bruiser is blind. similar to me without my glasses.
They talked
and
about
has
this
to listen
exact
to
same
figure out,
Endure scene
where a character is.
on
So
Monday.
you as the audience have to, you can assist the character escape the room unscathed by timing your inputs to the
They're not
commands
even
that appear
talking
on
about a
screen.
different scene.
Right. And the thing is, the Bruiser, unlike Noah, has also forgotten their contact, so they really can't help here. Now, the thing is, as we've been
There's
talking
only
about our
like
hope
6
system,
things
if a
to
character
choose
fails
from
enough of these
Endure.
scenes, they may not survive
Why
human
are they
encounters, and it may
explaining
lead to
this
permanent death
one
in the
scene
story.
twice the same
One
week?
of the big things, actually, where you can see that is
What
that
is
Toby
happening?
featured a lot earlier on, and Astrid featured
This is
later.
like a
So
fever
as
dream.
the audience got more used to the endurance scenes, it turned out that at the start it was much rougher to pass them. So Toby's hope went down, whereas Astrid hope, as she came into play later,
They have to come up with 30 minutes of shit to discuss. There's bound to be repetition. No, they don't.
Great places to earn large amounts of influence points. And you
They
have
don't have to
remember
come up
that,
with 30.
Again,
They don't have to do this at all.
It's not a judgment on you whether you
And
succeed or
and
fail.
if they do
Whether-
have to
when
do
you
this,
participate,
let's
it's
say
already a delight,
let's say
and
that
you're
they are
helping shape
contractually
the experience of
obligated
Silent Hill Ascension.
to spend this
Yeah,
much
we love you
time, 3
anyway,
days a
whichever
week.
way you choose to
There
take.
is things they can talk to us about
But
that
yeah,
I
like
would
poor
like people
Toby,
would give a shit
he-
about.
He really can't catch a break. We all were
They can be
practicing our
explaining
endurance
lore
skills,
elements in
and
greater
let's
detail
Toby
instead of
fall by the
recapping
wayside.
things that we know.
I mean, that's the
They
thing,
could be
right?
showing
I mean,
us statistics and
problem is, I guess,
charts
that Toby's already kind
to
of
show
fallen
us
on the
that
wayside, and that's a
the
really rough one.
mechanics of this app are working the
remember,
way that
we'll
they
talk
say
more
they
about
are,
Toby in the post show, I think, because
instead of
time
just letting people
is
assume
closing.
that it's a scam.
Time is closing.
Like,
we are 2 minutes away from show.
there's so
Eduardo,
much
can you
more they
please
could do
recap for us?
Sure. So the thing is, last week
with
was
the
a lot
dev stream.
quieter, right?
Like, there's
Texas
so many
Rising
other
going up,
games that do
Roman
developer
November was affected,
streams,
as we talked about on Monday.
and the
This,
production
you know,
value of the
on
stream
Monday,
itself
we
is
saw
better.
Toby at the steel mill. We saw the fire. We saw the
They
grit.
are more
Things are
responsive
picking up faster.
directly
There's a
with the
lot of
community,
tension
usually
that is
because there's a
actively
functional
building around
chat
Toby.
to let
And,
people
right
interact
now,
with the
Toby
developers during a
has
stream.
the redemption path, but his hope is well
And
in the
usually they
negative,
share
which, you know,
information.
fundamentally, Toby is
Real
down the
actual
path,
information
which makes it
about
seem
the
like he's
future of a
being
game,
martyr, which is
things
really
behind the
problematic when one
scenes,
of the decisions that's
stats,
on your-
and
on Silent Hill
and
Ascension is
like
sacrifice himself.
something.
All that said, we're about to see some more scenes coming up, but myself and Noah will be up in the post show, so right after. So we'll have a few dev updates as well, but we'll break down the story, break down what it all means. So please do stick around with us. But in the meantime, it's time for you to enjoy the show. So I'm going to sign off along with Noah.
What did
and we'll
Eduardo
see you in a bit.
say? Enjoy the toes? The fuck did he just say? He kind of stuttered over what he was saying there. And I'm gonna be honest, I started tuning out. Like my brain just starts turning into mush listening to them explain the same fucking shit over and over again. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Even on the they made a big deal about bringing out like particular devs. They're like, oh, we got Martin Montgomery, and like still didn't say anything new. Like, why even bring in a different person on the dev team to like talk about stuff and then not talk about anything new? Like, it's insane. Absolutely insane. All right. Here we go. Hushed Fox and Rainer
You're
Rudiel.
absolutely certain.
He had a blight fetish. He's the
Oh,
source.
Toby's got a blight fetish.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you sooner. I had to bring him in to confirm
Yeah.
my suspicions. I couldn't risk it. This means you can finally put your doubts to rest. It was Toby
The community
all along.
doubted.
And where is Toby now? If you are correct, and he's the source of the withering, he needs to be kept on a tight leash. He should be here, under guard.
I have Krista keeping an eye on him. But you know just as I do that severing requires a willing heart. Toby has to come to us on his own.
Oh, they can't just
which is
go
why I
murder
need you to
Toby.
do something else for me.
He has
A willing
to
heart must
be
free
into it.
from attachment. And I worry Toby and Eric's friendship could become a problem.
They've been friends a long time.
Oh my god, they're
All the way
not
back to the steel mill
friends.
days.
And you're his wife. He trusts you.
They've never
Rachel,
acted like friends
Look at
once.
Nothing else is more important right now. Stopping the withering is why the Foundation exists.
Xavier's right. Do whatever it takes. Tell Eric that Toby did something unforgivable or give him an ultimatum.
An ultimatum?
Toby or you.
You would have me risk my marriage for this?
Whatever
Oh
it
my
takes.
god. Not the loving marriage between Rachel and Eric.
You fucking apologize to me. You were the one who ruined my life. You ruined all of our lives. I'm sorry I ever had such a worthless,
I'm a ghost.
cowardly, indignant little brat for a daughter. I should have strangled you in your crib and saved myself the trouble.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
This is where you die, He-Man! Wow. Demand an apology. I'm so glad we voted for that outcome. Hey, Menno, as patron.
If I was a good daughter.
Good
I'd
job,
get
Menno.
roses.
Part of the Silent Hill
Favorite.
canon.
But the cheapest option is lilies. She hated lilies. My dad would be furious.
Seems like a tedious detail with so much else going on. Why not let Orson pick? Funerals are
Let
for the
Orson
living,
pick the
not
flowers for the funeral.
You still look tense. Did you take that pill I gave you?
No. I didn't think it was necessary.
Did you take those weed gummies I gave
I
you?
really think it would have helped you.
Well, I work in pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
I generally avoid meds that aren't prescribed to me
She's
by a doctor.
wait, does she? I thought
understand.
she's a neuropathologist.
Can't escape your
I mean, I
wrath.
guess.
Everything okay?
I'm fine.
Whatever.
Just a lot on my mind.
I asked around about your family. What you've been through. I wonder if there's more to work through than just which flowers to pick. Maybe it's really about what you want the last word to be to your mother. Some closure?
I don't know if that's possible. It feels like whatever I say, I will just make someone angry.
Oh?
If I say nice things about her, my sister Britt will say I wasn't being radically authentic.
Who cares?
The truth is, my mother was a monster.
Britt doesn't even
But
want
would
to
I
go to
be
the
any
funeral.
better dragging her name through the mud at her own funeral?
Why do you care?
No one's a
Why does
monster
anyone
for speaking
care?
Their truth.
Maybe I should just forgive her.
Yeah, we're in the Ice
She'd
Hotel
really
again.
hate that.
We're in the Shattered Memories
I think
Hotel.
forgiveness only brings us peace if it's sincere.
I don't have much experience with forgiveness. Or peace, for that matter.
Maybe it's time to find a little of both for yourself.
Wait, did they find her body? Yes, they found it, and it was desecrated somehow. They didn't really specify. Time for Astrid to endure. Can one of my moderators start a prediction, a scam point prediction for will we get a boss fight tonight or not? All right, everyone, get ready. Make sure you do nothing. The best thing to do is nothing. Most points for the least effort. Let's see if the strategy works again. Use your channel points to predict. Will there be a boss fight? I'm not doing it. Look at the community kicking ass already. Way to go, everyone. You get to play now? Yeah, I'm playing. Look, I'm doing it. Look at me play. Look at me go. That's me. I'm Astrid. I'm playing as Astrid. I got the controller this time. I'll let one of you guys play tomorrow. I'm playing a video game. I love seeing that animation over and over, where the bed going into the door, like you can see it clip into the character model, like it very clearly hits them. Shotgun. The audio keeps getting worse. Yeah, it does. It sure does. Something about the video playback that they use through the browser. Maybe it's better on the app. Probably not. But it feels like it gets worse like every day. It gets laggy. It gets more and more desynced from the audio. And it's like super compressed. There's a lot of like unnecessary compression on the audio. Like everything sounds super fuzzy. The audio went mega quiet. It did. I'm not adjusting any of this, by the way. Like now I'll turn it back up and it's going to wind up being really loud for this scene. All right, take it easy, Dr. Grimm. Oh, right.
I have to find a way out.
These fucking screams. The screams gotta be like, it's not the same actors. It doesn't sound like the same actors. The double barrel used to fire 3, now it can only fire 1. Nora, thank you so much for the bit. They can't even get a shotgun right. Yep. That's a good animation too. I like how the character doesn't actually do anything. The dog just runs into a table on its own. Yeah, Community fucked up. Let's go. Community did not succeed. You did not succeed. But how many points did I get? Boom. Maximum 2,400 for not doing a damn thing. And Astrid is closer to death by lowering hope. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Batman. All right. Get ready for the developer post show. I can't wait for 8 recaps of the 6 minutes of content we just saw. Yeah, Druzilla, that's it. No boss fight. No boss fight. I like how they're like people even this far in, like Drew, are still like, that's it. Like, yeah, that's it. That's daily content.
Welcome
for
back,
Silent Hill
everybody,
Ascension.
to the Silent Hill Ascension post show. This is Eduardo, joined by Noah. And Noah, we just watched kind of the scene between Astrid and
It's how it's been all month.
Right. So that was also like Astrid throwing those wacky pills.
Eduardo, if you're watching my stream, make a silly face.
I don't know
if you've got my
like,
stream
maybe
up
the
on your
pills were
second
gonna
monitor, make a
protect her
silly
from his
face.
harrowing visions visions of her dead mother, Ingrid.
Oh, he did it.
I mean, let's put it this way: the
I
redemption
love
option
Eduardo.
was to throw the pills away. She's, as she says, a specialist in not taking it. She understands the science behind medication, and on top of that, she understands to usually take the ones prescribed by a doctor and not just given to you randomly by some other person. So, you know, the community chose the thing, but
should
again,
invite
it was
Eduardo
funny,
to a
like you said, you
pre-show.
kinda wanted to see the
Oh, that would be
follow-up
awesome.
if she took it, which
If I can get
appreciate a lot
Eduardo
of
to
the
agree to a
chaos
pre-show,
I appreciate it.
and I'll
Astrid
just
took
make
good into
Eduardo
shoes again,
play
not
against
taking
Hirimi
pills that
at
weren't
Magic the Gathering.
subscribed for her.
Yeah, but
We don't have to
but
talk
the
about
thing is, she-
Ascension at
you know,
all.
her hope would have
We
been
can just talk
down
about
in
Magic the Gathering.
in the endurance scene that just happened. So maybe things go a little bit worse for her. Now that said, one of the things is our cameo contest is about to close soon. So Noah, if you could.
Oh God, the cameo
The
contest.
explanation, and if you could read essentially about cameo contest.
No, not the stupid.
Yes, because
14 tickets, please. Ends in 12 minutes. Almost 2,000 entries. 4 winners for tomorrow.
Eduardo, please elaborate.
Sure. So it's an important part of Silent Hill Ascension that you, as an audience member, not just make those decisions, but you can be of the story forever. You can be immortalized. Each day, you and other audience members can enter a cameo contest, and you know that cameo contest takes a bit of time.
You're playing
Once
Arena
it
on your
closes,
second
as it
monitor
will
right
actually
now.
Very soon, I believe it's
Maybe you'll play
about
against
10 to
Eduardo.
15 minutes off. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend.
Eduardo,
very soon.
The reason I'm bringing
to
up
get
Magic the
your entries
Gathering,
in on
Eduardo
time,
is
but, you know,
legitimately
if you
like
wanna be essentially
a former
like Ingrid's dead
tournament
body,
champion
Lady Crow, which we saw in one of those scenes,
for
or if you wanted to
Magic
beat
the
up
Gathering.
Toby, which I don't know why you would want to do that, but you know that was your part. That's essentially what you could do. And, you know, being immortalized is kind of neat because you know that's something that exists after your name is there, your character's there.
Right, and by the way, I really love the Lady Crow's sun. She looked so cool in that like slab. Wow, goals.
Yes. No, that for sure. Now,
What?
let's look back quickly into what happened just now, right? Like on the one
Lady,
scene, which was
are they talking about the cameo?
The source of the Withering, and requests Rachel's help in ensuring a smooth
Lady
severing, including
Crow, I
basically,
think, was the
Rachel kind
cameo
of breaking that friendship that Eric and Toby have. That's like kind of the decision.
for the corpse that turned into Ingrid
But essentially
yesterday.
that's what's happening in our video that you just saw. And Noah, was there something from that scene that was particularly striking to you?
Well, I'm a bit scared of Xavier. Like I started out, I was really like, oh, Xavier is just misunderstood. He's a nice man, but now I'm like, this is not nice. He's getting Toby, and it's just so stressful right now.
You abandoned
I
Team
know,
Toby.
Like, a lot of stuff is happening around Toby,
Noah,
and on top of that,
you
he
abandoned
doesn't
Team
really
Toby
have
for Team
friends that
Krista.
have his back. The only one, Eric,
You can't go back
is
to
kind
Team
of in a
Toby
position
now
of,
that
so to
now that
speak,
Xavier
weakness,
wants him
you know?
dead.
Essentially, he decided to join an organization where he's at the low end of the totem pole, and like he's pretty defenseless. But you know. It is messed up, by the way, when you join an organization and within the first, you know, moments of joining this, the leader's like, "Oh yeah, you gotta sacrifice yourself."
Yeah.
Too soon, maybe.
Can you believe that? Imagine joining an organization and the first thing they say is like, you gotta buy a season pass. I mean, sacrifice yourself.
Anyhow,
Imagine how
this is a
fucked up
really
that would
big
be.
request. I don't know how I would personally deal with it. And Xavier is less and less looking like the nice old man that I thought he was, and more like a really controlling, frightening. But I do understand how you would trust him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
No.
that's the quality of a good
I
leader.
don't know what you
Trust
mean,
him.
Noah.
Trust him through, you know, pricking your finger with blood and all this other stuff that. And Layla's not here. I'm gonna call it a cult. It's a cult. The Foundation is really a cult. Like that's
Layla, I'm snitching to Layla. Now I'm gonna get stitches. But
Layla's gonna beat that ass,
that's fine.
Eduardo.
I'll just not be there to
Layla's gonna beat that ass like a couple of cameos beating Toby's ass.
Production threw up the decision that kind of opened today. That was part of that.
You're
scene.
not supposed to say
so
cult.
Introduce us actually to essentially what the audience has to decide.
See, you, the audience, have to decide how will Rachel get Eric to end his friendship with Toby. This is a really tough one. The only friend we have, the only friend Toby has here.
They're
we have to
not
decide, is she gonna
friends.
ask for his trust, which is their redemption?
They've never been friends.
Or is she gonna say
there's
that
never
Toby
been any
did a horrible
sign
thing, which is the
that
suffering
Eric
option, or is
and
she
Toby
gonna
are
threaten
friends
to leave him,
other
which
than
is
dialogue
donation? Oh my God,
where
so
they
much
say they're friends
manipulation, so
that
much
usually
pain.
happens
I don't
right
know
after
what to
yelling at
decide
each
here.
other and
Well, I mean, one
or
of the things, right? The suffering
Toby
option is
getting
fundamentally a lie.
Toby punching Eric in his
But, you know,
face.
it's a lie to prevent more damage, which is kind of why it's in that middle. But the threat to leave him is kind of
all they've done is threaten each other. Toby threw a Molotov cocktail into a room with his friend Eric and his and Eric's wife
Toby did
Rachel.
some things in his life, you know.
I mean, yeah, he's not proud of them, but like at the same time, did he do something horrible just now? Apart from, you know, suffer, get beaten almost to death, seeing himself as a monster, and one of the things, by the way, remember we're in Silent Hill Ascension, and
You're not though.
I can't help but look at all that fog that
You're
was
not.
rolling around Toby on the scene.
You're
that
quite
played out
far from
yesterday.
Silent Hill.
'Cause that to me was a big thing.
Silent Hill
Fog
has
is
not been a
coming,
part of
the
this
fog is
this
coming.
equation
More monsters, more fog,
so far.
more spooky children.
Hope's Junction,
things
Pennsylvania.
happen. By the way, we never
Still
talked
dull
about,
in Norway.
Faith slapping Rachel. I'm sorry, I'm throwing back here, but that was like for me one of.
I
the
thought he
most
said Silent
scandal
Ill.
moments of
Give
them
him a
all,
break. He's
really.
French Canadian.
I mean, like that whole thing was like, you know,
Silent
slap, the
Eel.
running away. All it missed was the children's choir in the creepy basement. That's literally all that we needed from that horror to really properly dive into horror, as it were. But you know, that's the thing. It's how do you deal with your children when you are talking about human sacrifice? You know, that's like something you're trying to get your child involved into a ritual where you're going to sacrifice the person, which not the best parenting move, no matter what. Now, all that said, we're going to kind of go back into this. We delved into it in the pre-show.
We're not going to talk about the parenting of Faith after Faith slapped the shit out of her mother.
The storyline we just talked about with Toby, but no, if you could reintroduce us essentially to our Fate and Hope systems.
Yeah, so the way it works is that the decisions and the puzzles and the endurance streams, all of these contribute to whether or not the character will face redemption, suffering, or domination in the grand Silent Hill Ascension finale. And their fate is decided across the length of the season. A character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment.
I can't wait for that grand Silent Hill Ascension finale.
Influence points by playing enjoying the awesome puzzles we have. And,
Awesome puzzles.
And doing the endurance streams and making decisions. And then they can survive.
It's a finale now? We're ending this shit soon? No. She's talking about decisions that we make now will affect the finale that's going to be happening like
hint, which I will highlight
10 months from
in
now.
a little bit. Don't worry, I'll be in a minute or two. It is publicly available, by the way, but I want to make sure I highlight it because I want to make sure that all of you have spotted it. But the big thing here is essentially that you know, fate is the decisions you're making. It's very clear to you when you're making that decision what's going to happen in terms of what you'd like to see, and hope is kind of your actions, right? So here we go.
Yeah, so let's talk about a little bit more about the concept of the Fate and Hope. Talk about the concept a little bit more.
Explain the mechanics in greater detail. Show an example of what it would be like if a character fails their hope meter. Like,
they're made of essentially an
arc.
What makes
give us something.
Exist? So when you're in an interactive series,
information time.
The character's tapestry is essentially being built by you, the audience at home. You're all weaving that character's fate, as you know. Kind of a lot of mythologies in ancient Greece talked about, right? You're all creating essentially that character as we go. So, as there are highlighted moments of their lives, the only way we get to see what happens to them is when that tapestry is completed. And now, here's the thing I was hinting about. This is publicly in the app. You don't need to go right away, but do check this
Stay
out.
with me. Don't leave us.
What?
For sure, but in about 10-ish minutes, our post show will be done. You'll
Don't
have
click away.
updates.
You're
We'll
making
update you
Noah
on some
sad.
important things about our schedule again, if you haven't had a chance to hear about it on Monday or in our social channels. Now, one of the decisions that's not closing today, it's actually going to close in a couple of days. I believe Monday exactly, based on the 5-day mark of it. One of the words on there. So one of the things when you look at decisions, there's a little tags on the top. So there's usually marked if it's fate or not. So, but you can see that usually when you're taking your decision. One of the tags is also Gore the Platinum. Those tend to basically say how important a fate decision is. So if you haven't noticed it before, you might start now. Now there was
We
a
noticed
new
it.
tag added, on that decision with Toby that's coming.
Yeah,
up in
there's a
5
new one.
days.
Final
That
Fate.
tag says Final Fate.
Yep, it sure
And
does.
I would pay very close attention to that decision. Without wanting to spoil more, it does very specifically say Final Fate. A lot of you,
Toby's
some of you
fucking
might have
dead.
spotted it, but I'm just telling it for all of you who have missed it. There is Final
I
Fate.
saw
on
it.
there, and
I saw it, Eduardo.
that decision's playing out on Monday.
This is the final. What do you mean final, Eduardo? What do you mean by that? You're stressing me out right
I'm not
now.
spoiling shit here, Noah. No, nothing. Like, no. You have to tune in Monday. All I'm telling you is you'll want to tune in Monday. We'll tell you about this. There's also an interview with Chris Cross here because he's going to walk us through the Fate and Hope
Chris
system,
Cross?
which will be as I like to say, apropos. It's going to be definitely a
Who's
day to
being
remember.
interviewed?
We highly recommend to come back for that day. In the meantime,
I mean,
pay
Chris
attention to
Cross
that
is going to
decision.
make me jump.
It is essentially a Final Fate decision involving Toby. We highly recommend that you pay close attention to it. Very exciting stuff, Noah, here, because we've been talking about the length of the season. The length of the season doesn't necessarily mean the last day.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes before you know it, it comes to some really, really impactful decisions. And, you know, we're getting close to all kinds of crossroads in the story, I feel. This is like all this tension building up. So we're finally seeing it. But by the way, there's another decision that's opening today that we want to participate in. So the question is if production could show us, it's how will
Good job,
Rachel
production.
get Eric to end his friendship with Toby? So will she ask for his trust, which is the redemption option, which she will say that Toby did a horrible thing, which is the suffering option, or will she threaten to leave him, the scandal option in this case,
Oh, no.
which is domination? This is a lot of
What if Rachel
decision-making,
threatens to
and I'm
divorce
actually
Eric
really
if he
excited
won't
to
stop
see
being
where this
friends
is
with
going.
Toby, the
Right,
man
and
who
that's
punched
one
him
of
in the
things,
face
right?
and threw a
One of the things with
Molotov at him and
character
his
arcs aren't just
wife?
about that character, right? We talked about Toby a lot.
How could she
It's also about
possibly
how other
convince
characters
Eric
treat
to not
their
be friends with
relationship
Toby anymore?
in accordance to what's going on with other characters, and that's really it, right? Like this one is on Rachel to take action, so it affects Rachel.
Toby
So
wanted
that's
you
where, like,
and your
things are
whole
important.
cult to burn
Because
to
something
death.
happens to a character, how others react is critical, right? That's part
Who
of that
cares?
tapestry, as I was talking about, is
Who cares how
these
she
characters
tries to
aren't in
explain to
isolation.
Eric that
That's
they're
actually
not
a really big
friends?
thing
They're
in
not
Ascension that
friends.
we've had in some
How
of
is
the-
this a
actually, Noah's
choice?
been having the chance to have interviews with a number of our developers.
Who wrote
For
this?
you on air, and the thing is, if
Who
you haven't
said
had a
this
chance
was
to see
okay?
those, a big theme we had is
So
there's
many
a lot
people
of
had to look at all
interconnected
of this
relationships in Silent Hill Ascension. That's a
and
very
say
big
that this
difference in
was
terms of the
fine.
franchise is here this time we're really talking about characters in accordance to each other and the relationships between each other while they're alive. Because we certainly seen things where like somebody, how do you deal with somebody who's dead? Actually, I say that, but we see Joy and Ingrid alive.
Is Noah
we
doing
have some
ninjutsu
dead
signs?
people,
Noah's just
you know, but yeah, like
she's like in her own little world over there whenever Eduardo starts talking.
Here. On Silent Hill and everything really is so woven together, like you said, Eduardo. And in the interviews I was very fortunate to conduct here, it's really like you said before. Nothing happens in a dead space. Everything impacts one another. Every little piece in our system and also in the story. So it's like, and also with all of us, because this is the true democracy. We are working together as a collective here.
No, we're not. It's not. It's the furthest thing from a true democracy, in fact.
So we've kind of gone through the story. Our production team's going to throw the dev updates on you on screen for all of you at home.
Your votes don't mean shit unless you're willing to spend the most money on votes.
Because we listen to your feedback, we want to make sure that you're also aware of what's coming up. Noah, if you could please read some of those for us.
I would love to, because we do have schedule change and Thanksgiving off, and we have also a new mindfulness.
No more Saturdays and Sundays.
Puzzles and levels.
Thanksgiving is off.
Fishing, and we have
car repair. What the fuck is car repair?
We added a loading screen customization. So Eduardo, please explain all of this.
Sure, of course. So the schedule train changed. We went through this with Layla on Monday, and we've also posted about it on our social channels. Essentially, we're moving from, based on the kind of the feedback from you, the audience at home.
We did fishing the other day.
Show to weekdays. Essentially, a lot of you kind of wanted time to appreciate the story and take time, and we saw that you had trouble going the whole way on the weekend. So we want to make sure that we're delivering to you the story at home. So the story, obviously, when you're moving from 7 days to 5 days, it'll take more time to finish, but it'll be the same content. You'll still get to appreciate the same things. And of course, right, if you have the Seasons Pass or Founders Pass, that's going to, match the season.
So there's no episodes on weekends, but because of that, it's going to be running for more weeks total now.
For ourselves on the hosted show, we actually won't be here Friday. We're actually doing the interview on Monday. So the next time we'll see the hosted shows on Monday. I'll repeat that in a bit as well with a little bit of a graphic to help you. In the meantime, puzzles still every day. That's if you want to chill. The puzzles still every day.
Puzzles are still every day.
There's more available, right? You got access to kind of fishing and car repair. Fishing actually got added Monday. Car repairs today. That's the news. You probably hadn't had time to check it, but it's going to be updating very soon. And the puzzle also got.
Didn't know they were playing episodes on weekends. Yeah, this has been every single day since Halloween. I have not had a day off
within your profile page. You
since Halloween.
Your loading screens are a little bit of an
We've streamed every single episode of Ascension every single day.
Get that customization. Finally, we generally have more stability, and we've been fixing bugs. So always update your mobile app to have the smoothest experience possible.
Right, and that reminds me also that we are nearing the end of the show. Eduardo, can you recap? There's so much that happened here.
No, of course, and here's the thing, right? It's essentially
get Sundays off now, dude. Tomorrow I get a day off. I finally get a day off tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Final fate decision. I would highly recommend you stick with us for Monday, but like things have been heating up. The steel mill. Will Toby essentially sacrifice himself? That's you, the audience at home, that's choosing that or one of the other options. Also in Norway, things keep building up. We see Astrid having to deal with a lot of complicated relationships, still doing the right option, so to speak, based on what you're doing. You're allowed her to kind of kick back on her mother with kind of asking for an apology, which I thought was great. That was a great choice from you, the audience. In the meantime, by the way, if you wanted to stick around, you can be in the app. Puzzles are available all the time. And Noah's a big fan of puzzles too.
I love me some puzzles.
Noah loves them.
Enjoy them with me, please.
Yes. So Noah's gonna probably actually enjoy car repair right now as soon as we end the show.
Oh, let's go repair cars with Noah.
Production team to throw. Essentially, our next shows, you're gonna see kind of two things. You're gonna see first here, kind of our next shows. So it says Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the pre-show. This Friday we will not be on.
No devs on Friday.
No new video content. You get to replay, but
nothing tomorrow.
Friday we'll have video content.
Friday, new episode, but no developers.
And we'll also have an interview with Chris Cross in the post show.
Nothing on Saturday, Sunday.
That'll be great fun. That'll be
interview with Chris Cross on Monday.
Remember, Thanksgiving's off. We've also changed our schedule to be on weekdays. All that
maybe
said,
we'll finally get some information from a developer.
Time with us. If you've stuck with us so far,
we haven't had luck yet.
So much. We wish you, if you're in the US, a happy Thanksgiving.
We've seen Jacob and Eduardo and Noah and Layla and Martin.
Taking a break. Friday,
maybe Chris will finally be the developer to tell us something that we didn't already know.
Final fate decision closes. So This was Eduardo, Noah, rain, shine, or fog. We will see you for the next one. Bye.
Bye. Wow. Okay. Whoops. Okay, production's gonna throw us over. Yurimi hopefully will be here to join us for a post show. And then we can check out some car repair.
I don't care. If he calls me a chatty Cathy again, I'm done. oh, are we live? Production, are we live? Hello, everybody.
We're back. Hold on, let's get the courtroom music going again. Thank you, production.
Thing away. I was playing some Theme of Laura on my guitar.
Thank you, production. Thank you. Turn that down a little bit.
Something from a good Silent Hill.
Yeah. I've been practicing again. Brushing up on the Silent Hill soundtrack.
Then you must be way better at the minigame now.
I don't even want to. It's hard to even joke about it.
Justify that joke.
Yeah. I'm surprised they let that be part of the app. Like the other mini games are like none of the mini games are particularly good. Car repair, they added a new car repair mini game. I haven't looked at it at all yet. I guess I could look at it right now. We could move away from this screen, production.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's no music for it, so I guess we can keep this going. The courtroom music. This is for Toby's Hope, which is very, very low. Car repair.
Finally, somebody's gonna fucking die.
So hopefully you can help me out with this mini game. You've got a lot of experience.
I'm sure I can.
You have a lot of experience when it comes to car repair.
Yeah, just like all of our experience with the guitar helped you out with the guitar mini game.
Yeah. Fix the wiring in a car. Arrange the wire shapes to create a path for the electric current before it short circuits. Don't leave any open ends.
It's BioShock hacking or Spider-Man 2 science or Spider-Man science.
Spider-Man, your wires are shown here. To place a wire, drag and drop it onto the grid.
BioShock hacking.
Drop your wire here. Tap the wire to rotate it. You must connect the start and end points, including all the locked wires. Incoming electric flow. Skip. No, just why does it take that long? You can't skip the 10-second count. Oh God, that sound effect.
I am so glad I can't hear this right
The
now.
electric current will start after the countdown. The goal is to connect all the wires before the electricity flows out. If the electricity escapes, you will lose. Yeah, it's Pipe Dream from NES. Power-ups can help you. Tap the icon to make the electric current disappear. Once you use the power-up, you cannot use it again. Now tap the wire cutter. Drop the wire cutter here to remove the wire. After you use the wire cutter, it has a cooldown period. Great. Connect all the wires before the electricity escapes. Is this like repairing a car?
This is exactly like repairing a car. Every time you go in to work on a car, it looks exactly like this.
You can press the done button to speed up the electric flow when you are ready. Ugh.
And I think we've been in a mechanics shortage, so it's great that Silent Hill Ascension is training new mechanics right now.
Oh,
nice try.
Nice try.
The tutorial.
Oh, it said failed. It said failed for a split second. I was like, that's weird. It doesn't say fail anymore. It just says nice try. But then it said failed like for a frame.
Fission mailed.
Wait, so
All right, Toby, fix that car so the Foundation won't murder you.
yeah, you got this, Toby. We're gonna fix the shit out of this car. Fuck. No, the electric flow is coming. I'm not ready.
I can't even see the electric flow watching the stream.
Wait, how does that work? Do I ignore that one?
Huh.
Oh, fuck. Once it's there, you can't undo it. Oh, wait, that's what the wire cutters are for.
Yep.
Oh, man, I'm stressing out. Dude.
Oh, you've got little junction boxes you can use too.
Oh, yeah, huh? Oh, shit. I need the one that goes up. No, yeah. Is that gonna work?
Leave any wires open.
I'm fucked.
The electric current's gonna spill out.
My current?
It's gonna spill out all over everything.
Cool.
Failed.
Is there even a car? There is. There's a vague image of a car back here with the hood open.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly how
all
the
right.
wiring in a car looks.
Where would you put that puzzle on your puzzle tier list?
Oh, it's still better than Stones. It's better than Number Munch. Whatever that game was called. The one where you have to like connect lines to numbers.
Oh, Hashi.
Yeah, I
Number
still
Munch.
kind of don't get that one.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd put that as like third from the bottom.
I mean, there's at least a little bit of a game to it.
Yeah. It'd probably be my number 3 spot because number 1, it has to be guitar. I mean, just those classic tunes, just everything about it. It's just absolutely delicious. Teaches you how to play guitar. Second is Codebreaker, and I guess third would probably be Fix the Car. Oh, I never really actually saw fishing very well because I was off mucking about. Yeah, I never even truly got to see fishing.
I was really hoping we were going to get fishing back today, and we didn't. Instead, we get car repair and shapeshifter.
Yeah.
So
because as we know, fishing mini games in any game make the game just that much better.
True. I think anytime I play a game that has fishing in it, I spend a significant amount of time fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Valheim, do a lot of fishing. Final Fantasy 11, I basically log in now just to cook or fish. Go back and replay Dark Cloud and then remember that there's a fishing aspect to it, and I'm like, all right, well, fuck everything else.
Yeah, any fishing minigame, it did. As soon as I get to properly see that, it'll probably go right on top.
Yeah. I've got it in the VODs if you ever want to dig through and look at it from the other day.
I'll have to go actually look at that. The one time you got to do fishing before they took it away.
I know, they gave us one level of the best minigame and then took it away.
I don't like Stardew Valley's fishing game, Yami. It's too stressful.
I've never actually played Stardew Valley.
It's one of those mini games where you have to like kind of hold a button as gently as you can to keep a meter in a certain area.
But it's like a pressure sensitive button thing, or are you tapping it to keep?
No, it's pressure sensitive. I think you have to like move a stick or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's, oh man, it's too stressful. It's too stressful in a game that's supposed to be like, apparently like, chill and relaxing.
That's fair. That's fair. Animal Crossing. I have not played. I've only ever played Animal Crossing on GameCube, like the old one, the old original one.
Yeah. Animal Crossing's pretty simplistic, but it's still fun to fish in Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how significantly different it is for like the newer games, but
it's not different at all.
It's the same. Just throw the bobber
exactly
at the shadow of the fish in the water.
Yep. Yep. Wait until it takes the bobber and then you pull it up.
Nice. Hey, don't fix what ain't broke. And
exactly.
When it comes to like simple, satisfying fishing mini games, there's a lot of games that do it right, and Ascension is no exception.
I think fishing's just ingrained into our primal subconscious.
Isn't fishing a part of the Final Fantasy 12 speedrun? Is it? I guess it would depend on the category. I'm not super familiar. I'm not super familiar with the route for that game, but
fish percent.
There's a lot of good stuff that you get through fishing, so that wouldn't surprise me. Still remember where to catch the biggest fish in Ocarina of Time? Yeah. Ocarina had some pretty fun fishing mini games.
That's kind of sad that actual fishing was missing from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Is it?
Yeah, you just have to swim and grab them.
Oh. I never even realized. I didn't play Tears of the Kingdom. I played Breath of the Wild once. I didn't get super into those. I'm like,
you just swim out there and snatch them. I was like, man, you'd think with this game there would be a fishing mini game. Like that was my one. Well, okay, there were some disappointments with both those games, but that was my biggest disappointment was that there was no fishing mini games.
Psychosis. The photos are funny as hell, but what are the characters? Yeah, so the photos of us that production chose for today's stream were from I don't even remember what convention. OniCon?
I am pretty sure this is OniCon. One of the OniCon. I don't remember which OniCon. It was after they got their shit together.
But yeah, this is a photo from OniCon, probably about 15 years ago, give or take, maybe more.
Probably from like OniCon 3 or something like that.
And
yeah, Xander would probably know better than we do.
Xander was there. I've got pictures.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of Xander and G. But
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's that George R. Brown wall, that slate black and gray wall with those red door frames. Yep. So yeah, OniCon, a million years ago.
Yep.
I was cosplaying as Godo, one of the lawyers, prosecutors from the Phoenix Wright series, specifically from the third game. And Hirimi is cosplaying as Von Karma.
Manfred Von Karma.
Yeah, Manfred. I was trying to remember the name. Manfred Von Karma.
I still have that outfit sitting on my closet, and there was no chance in hell I could ever fit into it again. Oh, wait. Oh, did I finally get rid of it? I can't remember. It might still be sitting in my closet. Yeah, see, yeah, I was right. It was only Oni 3, as Xander's pointing out.
Oni 3 for sure. The year after the hotel horror show of Oni 2,
yep.
Where they had to sue the hotel for breach of contract. I remember that one. I've got some good memories and pictures and stuff from that one too.
Despite how much of a disaster Oni 2 was, it was a lot of fun, especially because I was cosplaying Guy Sensei.
Yep. But we're just kind of sorry. we're just kind of going down memory lane here, keeping our brains off of Ascension. But I figure, we'll go ahead, wrap it up today. We've got six boxes to open.
All right, yeah, we got to do what's in the box.
We got to go play some what's in the box. So let's go ahead and switch back over here for some what's in the box. But thank you so much for joining me for the pre-show and the post show today.
Yep, and just remember, we'll be off for Thanksgiving, and I don't know if we'll replace the post and pre-show for Friday. I'm sure we'll probably just take the same days off they're taking.
Yeah, that I figure we'll just kind of match schedules at this point. So
yeah,
if there's a dev pre-show and post-show, then we'll do a pre and post-show. But otherwise, nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow will finally be my first day off since October 30th. And I'll be enjoying Thanksgiving with Rachel and our family here. Friday, there will be no pre or post show. Saturday and Sunday, there will be no Ascension anymore on weekends. So weekends are going to be off. Well, Sundays are going to be off. I'm still going to be here Saturday, even though there won't be a new episode of Ascension to do the weekly recap. So I'll still be doing an in-depth weekly recap on Saturday.
Make sure everybody's caught up with this intense and amazing story.
Exactly. So I'll see everyone again Friday. You'll join us again on Monday. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll be able to talk about that interview in the post show, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Chris Cross has for us.
Yeah. I'm probably going to jump.
He'll probably make you jump. But we'll find out on Monday.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining me, man. We'll see you next time.
If you celebrate it, have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, man.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty. First poll is already up. It's time to play What's in the Box. We have 6 rewards available today, and you can use your scam points right now on that prediction that's in chat. Big opportunity to walk away with a lot of scam points or go completely bankrupt, depending on how you choose to use them. But we have 6 boxes to open. Box number 1, 8,300 points on sticker emoji, 6,000 points on cosmetic, 4,900 points on art and flair, 2,400 on duplicate item, 9,700 on cosmetic there. Predictions are in for the first box. Box number 1 of 6 is a cosmetic. It's a cosmetic. The uncommon Avatar decal silver sunglasses. So for everybody who went with cosmetic, look at all them points. 33,000 points going to Neon Course and 11 others who predicted correctly. We still have 5 more boxes. The new poll just started. New prediction is up. Get those scam points in for box number 2. Box number 1, we're starting off with the cosmetics. What's going to be in box number 2? A lot of people are putting their points into sticker emoji. 13, 15,000, 16,000 on sticker emoji, 3,000 on cosmetic, 1,100 on duplicate item, only 300, now 600 on art and flair, 20,000 scam points on sticker emoji. A lot of people putting a lot of points, a lot of faith on box number 2 being a sticker or an emoji. Let's see what is in the box. 8,700 on cosmetic, 2,100 on art flair. Let's see what's in box number 2. It is sticker emoji, but it's a duplicate. It was a duplicate. 4,000 points were risked on duplicate. We already got that particular grandma's booty emote. That uncommon emoji hanger, we already got this very early on in the Ascension run. Yeah. Blood Blossom, 33.9 thousand points going to Blood Blossom and 5 others. And there's a new prediction up for box number 3. Already at 9,300 points, over 10,000 points now on sticker emoji, 8,500 points on cosmetic, 2,000 points on art and flair, 1,200 on duplicate item, up to 4,400 on art flair, 6,900 on art flair, 10,900 on cosmetic, 12,700 on sticker emoji, 8,800 on art flair, 1,300 on duplicate. Predictions are in. What's in the box? It's a cosmetic. The rare facial hair gray pencil. The rare facial hair gray pencil cosmetic. Thanatos and 8 others correctly predicting that one. 10,900 points were wagered, 34.5 thousand were won. Well done, everybody who correctly predicted. All right, next prediction is up. We still have a couple of boxes to open. Use your scam points to predict what is in the box. What's in the fucking box? 5,300, 6,300 points on cosmetics, 10,800, 10,900 on sticker emoji, 4,200 on art and flair, 4,600 on duplicate item. There's your Zach Baggins. Oh no, we got a good beard for Zach Baggins. He's pretty set on that. At this point, I really need a black baseball cap, and I don't even know if baseball caps are in this. 12,700 on sticker emoji. Let us see what's in the box. It's an epic avatar top inner red long sleeve. Wasn't this a duplicate? Didn't we comment on this being a Star Trek shirt the other day? It's a different red shirt though. It's not saying that it's a duplicate. We're gonna go cosmetic. We determined the rule for situations like this. that if it doesn't pop up and say it's a duplicate, then we don't treat it as a duplicate. Yeah, top inner. I think it was a red sweater rather than red long sleeve. Very distinct and different cosmetics. The red long sleeve versus the red sweater. But either way, Thanatos and 5 others walking away with some points on that one. 36.9 thousand going out to the correct predictions. We still have more boxes to open. New prediction just started. Use your scam points and predict what's in the next box. 5,000 on cosmetic, 3,000 on sticker, emoji, 1,600 on duplicate, only 469 on art and flair. Just jumped up to 1,969. 7,300 on sticker emoji, 5,000 on cosmetic, 2,100 on art and flair, 1,700 on duplicate. People still getting them scam points in. Use those scam points. Predict what's in the box. There we go. Predictions are in. And the next box is art flair, but it's a duplicate. It's a duplicate. It's another duplicate. The uncommon loading screen Suburbia duplicate. Blood Blossom got it again. Blood Blossom and 2 others, only 3 people correctly going with duplicate. But they walked away with 20.7 thousand scam points between the 3 of them. Well done. Final box. Final predictions. Last chance to use your scam points for today's stream before we all take tomorrow off, and then we'll see you all again on Friday. So until Friday, this is your last chance to burn those scam points. One more box. There's 11,000 points saying cosmetic. 7,200 points saying sticker emojis. 7,100 points saying art and flair. 8,500. 8,600 saying duplicate item. 11,500 on sticker emoji, 12,600 on sticker emoji, 11,000 on cosmetic, 8,700 on art flair, 8,600 on duplicate item. Art flair just jumped up to 10,000, 13,000 on sticker emoji. A lot of points on this one. Happy Thanksgiving. Last thing till Friday. Cosmetic. It's a rare Avatar top outer red waterproof coat. So for everyone who correctly predicted a cosmetic would be in the last box, Thanatos and 4 others, the 5 of you, walked away with some serious points there. 43,500 scam points going out to the 5 of you who correctly predicted. The final box would be a cosmetic, and sure enough, it was a waterproof coat. But all right. Next episode's going to be Friday. Again, nothing tomorrow. No stream, no new Ascension, nothing tomorrow. So we'll see you all Friday. same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be starting the stream about an hour before the episode goes live. No dev show on Friday, no pre-show, no post-show, no pre-pre-show, no post-post-show. Just gonna chill, play some hopefully fishing, and watch the episode on Friday. But otherwise, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, enjoy your Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just enjoy your Thursday. Hopefully you do well. Hopefully everyone does well at everything they are aiming to achieve in their lives. And yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you joining me for another day of Silent Hill Ascension. It's nice to finally be getting a day off. And my work doesn't end here. I've got to go edit this and put it on YouTube and update the website, nubzombie.com, and then go help Rachel cook for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I've got a long night ahead of me, but thank you all so much for being here, keeping me company while we get through another day of Ascension. And I'll see you all again Friday. Till then, take it easy. Be good to each other. And let's raid. Almost forgot to raid for the bonus scam points. Oh, is Bach? Oh, Bach Basoup. We're going to raid our good friend Bach, who raided us the other day. Bach is checking out The Walking Dead Destinies. A lot of people are saying this is one of the contenders for worst game of the year. Personally, I don't think it would stand a chance against Ascension if Ascension counted as a game. So go show Bach some love. Give him some support. Let him go check out The Walking Dead Destinies. Just go enjoy that. And I'll see you all Friday. But much love to you all. I'll see you next time. Peace.